And there you have Tyrrell, number 8, which is many of you may be watching this for this reason, since it's in the description, is the 2020 first round Oklahoma Educators All-State Etude, or one of them at least. So with this one, man, I'm a big fan of this. I know I say that in a lot of these videos, but it's such a fun one to play, whether you're on a C or a B flat tube. I think this sets fairly well with the fingers. Obviously some exceptions here or there, but it just a really, really fun one to play. For me, the biggest thing, obviously, is maintaining a light, bouncy articulation. We don't want to be too heavy. We don't want to be too harsh. We also don't want to be too short and pointed. We really want to make sure that everything has a nice resonance to it, almost kind of like you're a string bass and taking that bass line for a walk. You jazzers will appreciate that. But we don't want to be too heavy, but we don't want to be too short. So we really want to find that balance of bounciness, that buoyancy, and great depth of sound. From there, really it's making sure that we're not compressing or crushing the 16th notes. Easy to do. It's easy to almost treat them like grace notes, which is so we really want to make sure that we get a clear, distinct set of 16th notes. When I was working on this as a younger player, I would like to articulate those just to really get a feel for where that subdivision was. Eventually, would be a longer lengthening of the articulation. Hopefully that comes through in the microphone. I have one on order since I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos, but it's like 3 weeks before it's going to get here, so we're just going to have to grin and bear it for now. But yeah, so then I would think longer with my articulation, and eventually you would just take the articulation away and just feel it. So that's definitely one way you can go about it. Obviously, you don't necessarily have to go that route if you just want to use your metronome, subdivide it, and just make sure you're religiously listening to that metronome and making sure you're dialed in with that subdivision. From there, give yourself some opportunities to be musical, to be expressive. Obviously, it's just mezzo forte at the beginning. There's not a whole lot of shift in dynamics, at least not written. So don't be afraid to add some shape to this. I didn't do a ton in this recording. I just kind of wanted to give you a blanket recording for this so you can get an idea of what you need to be approaching as you're working on this. But there's definitely some opportunity for some rising and falling as the line goes up, as the line goes down, as we're in major versus minor keys and whatnot. So just make sure that definitely comes through as you're working on this, especially if you are doing this for your district band audition. It's going to definitely set you apart, because we're not always expected to be musical as tuba players, which is ridiculous. We're musicians, but it's the reality of creating limited musicians with some of these color instruments like us. So I will not go on that soapbox today. We'll refrain from that. But I hope you found this recording and some of the insights helpful. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody that has been subscribing recently. Thank you so much for that. Please continue to do that. And as always, happy practicing.